Have you ever felt that nagging suspicion, that little voice in the back of your head telling you something isn't quite right? For me, that feeling started as a whisper and grew into a roar that I just couldn't ignore. My wife, Sarah, and I had been married for 8 years. We had what I thought was a picture-perfect life. A cozy house in the suburbs, two beautiful kids, and a love that seemed unshakable. Or so I believed. It all started subtly. Sarah began working late more often. "Big project at the office," she'd say, looking tired but accomplished. Then there were the business trips, which suddenly became more frequent. I tried to be supportive. Her career was taking off, and I was proud of her. But a seed of doubt had been planted. She became more guarded with her phone, always keeping it face down or in her pocket. When I'd walk into the room, she'd quickly switch screens or end a call. "Just a colleague," she'd brush off, but her eyes wouldn't meet mine. I remember one evening, I tried to hug her from behind while she was texting. She flinched, pulling away so sharply it felt like a slap. "You startled me," she said, her voice tight. The warmth we used to share was slowly being replaced by a chilling distance. I told myself I was being paranoid. After all, this was Sarah, my Sarah, the woman I'd built my life with. I pushed the thoughts away, convincing myself that stress was the culprit, that things would go back to normal once her big project was over. But things didn't go back to normal. The distance grew into a chasm. Our conversations became superficial, revolving around the kids and household chores. The laughter that used to fill our home faded into a polite, tense silence. I missed her. I missed the easy intimacy, the shared jokes, the feeling that we were a team against the world. Now it felt like we were on opposite sides, with a wall of secrets between us. I tried to talk to her, to break down that wall. "Is everything okay, honey? You seem so distant lately." She'd just offer a tired smile and say, "Everything's fine, just stressed with work." It was a shield I couldn't seem to penetrate. The breaking point came on a seemingly ordinary Tuesday night. Sarah was in the shower, and her phone, left on the nightstand, buzzed. It was a habit of mine to plug her phone in if I saw it was low on battery. As I picked it up, the screen lit up with a notification. It wasn't the content of the message that hit me first, but the sender's name, Mark Work. And the message preview read, "Can't stop thinking about last weekend. You were incredible." My world stopped. The air left my lungs and my hands started to shake. Mark Work? I knew a Mark from her office, but the message, it was anything but professional. My mind raced, replaying every late night, every business trip, every secretive phone call. The puzzle pieces I'd been trying so hard to ignore suddenly slammed together, forming a picture of betrayal that was horrifyingly clear. It was like I was standing on the edge of a cliff, and the ground had just crumbled beneath my feet. With a trembling finger, I unlocked her phone. My heart hammered against my ribs. I knew it was an invasion of privacy, but I had to know the truth. The whisper of doubt had become a deafening scream. I opened her messages with "Mark Work," and my worst fears were confirmed. There were months of them, texts filled with "I miss yous," "I love yous," and details of their secret meetings. They talked about our home, our kids, and their plans for a future together. A future without me. Each word was a dagger, twisting deeper into my heart. The life I thought was real, the love I thought was ours, was all a lie. She wasn't just my wife, she was living a completely separate life, a life she had meticulously hidden from me. I felt a strange calm wash over me amidst the storm of pain. I took screenshots of everything, sending them to my own phone. The evidence was undeniable. When Sarah came out of the shower, wrapped in a towel, smiling, she looked at me and her smile faltered. "What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost." I held up her phone, the screen still glowing with their messages. "I think you have some explaining to do, Sarah." The color drained from her face. The mask of the loving wife crumbled, revealing the stranger underneath. There were no more excuses, no more lies she could tell. The truth was out, laid bare by a single, careless message. The confrontation that followed was the most painful conversation of my life. Tears, accusations, and finally, a confession. The affair had been going on for over a year. Mark Work was her boss. The business trips were their romantic getaways. The late nights were their secret dates. She said she was sorry, that she never meant to hurt me. But the words felt hollow. How could you not mean to hurt someone when you systematically dismantling the life you built with them? She said she was unhappy, that she felt trapped. But instead of talking to me, her husband, her partner, she sought comfort in the arms of another man. She made a choice, and that choice shattered our family. In the days that followed, I moved in a fog of grief and anger. The house felt haunted by memories that were now tainted. Every photo on the wall seemed to mock me. But as I looked at my children, I knew I couldn't fall apart. They needed their father. They needed stability, even if their world was being torn in two. That realization was my lifeline. Choosing to leave was the hardest and easiest decision I ever made. It was hard because it meant admitting my marriage had failed, that the future I had envisioned was gone forever. But it was easy because I knew I deserved better. I deserved honesty, respect, and a love that wasn't a lie. Healing is a long and winding road. There are good days and bad days. Some days the anger and sadness are overwhelming. But other days, I see a glimmer of hope. I'm rediscovering who I am outside of that broken marriage. I'm focusing on my kids, on my own well-being, and on building a new future, one that is built on a foundation of truth. This experience has taught me a painful but valuable lesson. You can't ignore your intuition. That little voice is often telling you something important. It also taught me the incredible strength I never knew I had. If you're going through something similar, please know you are not alone. It feels like the end of the world, but it's not. It's the end of a chapter, and you have the power to write the next one. It will be hard, but you will get through it. You will heal, and you will find happiness again. Thank you for letting me share my story with you. It's not easy to be this vulnerable, but if my experience can help even one person feel less alone, then it's worth it. Remember to subscribe for more stories and insights. Take care of yourselves, and never be afraid to choose your own peace.